Welcome to the Ron and John Show, brought to you by Veterans Lending Group, and I'm Ron.
And I am John. This is the Ron and John Show. Hey, at the Ron and John Show, we're known coast to coast like butter and toast. We can make ISIS surrender or die, or make even the nerdiest guy look kind of fly. We can drink like we've been singing all night long, and we can sing like we've been drinking all night long. So if you're looking for a good time, don't you delay. Tune into the Ron and John Show. Me and this Ranger, we lead the way. Boom!
And welcome back to another amazing Ron and John Show, where I am Ron.
And I am John. Welcome back to another show. I think this is like number 36 or 37, Ron, but
we're getting up there, brother. Yeah.
Pumping them in and getting them out, man. So it's good to be back and good to do another show. How you been, brother, the last week?
Been doing great, brother. Finished off the week strong. Had our last class of 2020 last week, and was able to get away and go to the mountains this weekend with a couple of the boys and just kind of do some recharging and just kind of regrounding and hitting the ground running today, and ready to attack another good week, man. How about yourself, brother?
Well, another post-COVID week, and the entire team Troxel is strong now. We're getting after it. I've been training like a beast,
there it is,
and getting back after it, and again, I just want to reemphasize what you and I describe all the time about being prepared and not scared in terms of dealing with this pandemic, looking out for your health, practicing prudent risk. And in the end, if you do catch it, don't panic, work through it. And that's what, Team Troxel has had to do, and thank goodness my little windmill, Sandra Shorty Trox she was asymptomatic through the whole thing. So she kind of took care of the rest of us, but that's all behind us now, and we're pushing forward, and we're excited for the Christmas holiday, and and just trying to have as much fun as we can, brother.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And it's rolling with the punches, like you said, being prepared, not scared. I was actually supposed to be in a sunny tropical place right now, but because of things going on with the virus, we had to shift that timeline a little bit, right? But the good thing is we'll be here for Christmas with the daughter, so she was really happy to hear Dad would be home, and so we just keep it pushing and keep positive. What are we going to do, right? We can only control what we can control, and it doesn't do any good pissing and moaning, right? I mean, we've been in worse circumstances. Absolutely.
The good thing about having all of this behind me and everything is that I'm able to get out and spend time with the troops again. And the key for our show this week is all things Fort Polk, Louisiana related, because
that's right.
I'm heading down there, and I'm going to spend some time with the warriors down there. I spent luckily for me, I had one tour in Fort Polk, Louisiana, and it was a 4-month PCS in Fort Polk. Sandra and I and the kids, the boys, we arrived there in September of 2004, and immediately when I drove through the gate, my organization, the 2nd Cavalry Regiment, moved up here to Fort Lewis, Washington. I got the word we were moving, and 4 months later, we had to move. But I will tell you, Sandra and I decided, hey, we're going to put the household goods out. We're going to act like we're staying here 4 years and not 4 months. And, we enjoyed our time there. A lot of people don't like Fort Polk, but I'm excited to go back and visit. I haven't been there for a few years now. I did visit as the SEAC, but I'm excited to get down there. And so that's what's going on this week. And I'm excited about that. And that's why it's good to have our guest that we have on today, man.
That's right. And who is it that we've got on to represent good old Fort Polk?
So we have another great American, another great warrior, and another great leader. He is the Command Sergeant Major of the Bayne-Jones Community Hospital there on Fort Polk. And then I'll ask him to describe, because under MedCom now, these guys have like 2 or 3 hats that they wear. So we'll ask him about that when he comes on here. But he is just a great American, and I can't wait, you know, for him and I to spend time this week together. So let's bring him out. Please bring out Command Sergeant Major Alexander Poutou Lopez. Sergeant Major, there he is.
Good evening, Sergeant Major.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
Good. Look at you, man. Look at that background, you know? Yeah, look at that background.
Man.
You are just destroying Ron and I with the Christmas stuff, man.
That's household 6.
There you go, man. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. That's awesome. So, Sergeant Major, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining the Ron and John show here. We really appreciate it. But more importantly, thanks for the invitation for us to come down and spend some time with you. Looking forward to it, brother.
We are looking forward to your visit, Sergeant Major.
Absolutely. Hey, so the first thing we want to do is get the audience to know who you are. So kind of talk to us a little bit about, you know, where you grew up at, you know, why you joined the military, and, you know, kind of talk us through that. Now, you know, don't go as far back as it all started when mom and dad met, and you know, okay, but just kind of give us a synopsis of who you are, where you're from, why you joined the military, and why you've continued to serve over these years. Go ahead, Sergeant Major.
I will do so. So first, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for having me on your program. It's very humbling. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous, but I'm happy to be doing this and able to share my story, and you give me that platform to do so. So my name is Alexander L. Poutou Lopez. I'm originally from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Was born and raised in Puerto Rico. My brother served in the military as well, so that's kind of like what kind of attracted me to join the Army. He was on the reserve, but just to go a little bit back, I went to private school, graduated, went to college. I did 2 years of college, but I needed to do something with my life. I was not going anywhere. I was working in a fast food chain, and I was ready to do something because I need to get out of here. Let me try this Army stuff. I was a little bit skeptical, but I got a few coins on my office and a table, and I got 5 cents. And the reason I got that is because I had a pay raise. They brought me in. Oh, you've been with the company for 2 years. You got a lot of potential. It's your annual review. So minimum wage at the time was $4.25. So my pay rate was 5 cents. It was $4.30. And at that time, for me, was the time to say, I'm out. Bye. And that's when I joined the Army. And I joined the Army in September 1995. I joined through the reserve, and I was 68 Gulf on the medical field, and that is patient administration, pat to the bone. So I served, did my time, came back to Puerto Rico on the reserve, and on my very first drill, I said, I'm going active duty. I have to wait 5 months. So I joined December 1996. That's when I joined the Army with my first duty station at the great place, Fort Hood, Texas. And I've been in for the past 24 years. I met my beautiful wife, Yvonne. She was a combat medic. As a matter of fact, she was getting commissioned as an officer, but yeah, we'll be married. Yeah, she got pregnant. Like, time to go. But it has been great, and I haven't reached the position that I am here today if I didn't have a strong woman by my side to push me, because there were many times that I felt like I don't want to do that or get out of my comfort zone, and she didn't allow me that to me. So I can now say that I did everything that I achieved because of my own. It takes a village to raise a child. So I have great leaders, but my wife has been the constant person that has been in the ins and downs of over 24 years, and she still supports me. Like, we're here at Fort Polk. Hopefully we'll know where we're going next, and she likes to go overseas. So we still Army team going forward.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. So, you know, you've been a long journey from, you know, Fort Hood to where you are now. You know, and what was it like, I guess, that transition from, you know, because I came in the mid 90s as well, but, you know, when the balloon went up, when 9/11 happened, you know, where were you then, and how did that affect your career change?
Well, I have to say that my very first day, so I was at Fort Hood for 2 years, at PCS to Landstuhl, Germany. I spent 3 years in Germany, and I returned back to Fort Hood in 2001. I still remember my first duty, like I reported to my unit, it was 9/11, and we had an OPSEC brief at the Officers Club. So we're about to get the brief at 09, and like, no, everybody reports back to the company. And it was 2001 and forward. I will say I did not stop until 2007. What I mean by that, real quick, we were deployed in 2002. We were going to Afghanistan, but we staged a facility at Kuwait Armed Forces Hospital for 6 months. I came back for a couple of months, and that's when I jumped to Operation Iraq Freedom in 2003. I spent a year. I came back. I got promoted to staff sergeant, so I was able to go to BNOC. I turned around real quick, and I was at drill sergeant school. So from there, I was at AIT at John Bay, San Antonio, and I was a drill sergeant for the 68 Whiskies for 2 years. That was during the surge. So training soldiers to go to combat, because many of them graduated the stage. In a week, they were downrange. And then I finished my time in 2007. So it was a nonstop, but I would not trade it for anything in the world. I will say it changed. You change a little bit, but I believe for me has been the change. And you know, I'm a person of faith. I got a strong family, strong on my core of my family values, and that has kept me going through all these years. But happy to. I will not hesitate and do it all over again.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, Sergeant Major. So we know that you know, all the men and women that are serving now are really serving in a contentious time because of this global pandemic and everything. So just give us an update. How are the troops doing? How are leaders like you and other leaders keeping them focused, continuing to inspire them, to give them hope? How are they doing, man?
Well, my BJAC team, the Bayne-Jones Army Community Hospital, we're going strong. We tackled the pandemic. We started this year, and we were ready to receive patients for the installation or supporting. We have sent soldiers to different locations to help out in different states like San Antonio, Houston, or whatever we're called. So the troops are strong. I'm very blessed. My facility is not as big as, for example, you are JBLN, so I'm Madigan. I got more civilian personnel, GS civilians, than military. But I will say that my military, when the rubber meets the road, they get after. And but motivation is high. Working, keeping that balance, make sure they don't get burned out, anything like that, and make sure they stay safe as well, and their family and their loved ones. So we have been able, and not only this pandemic here at the Joint Training Center, I'll have to admit, the Honor Heroes, because to me they're my heroes. Not because of pandemic, but we had to go to 2 hurricanes back to back. Hurricane Laura really hit us hard.
Oh yeah.
But the team stayed together, and about a couple of weeks after, we have Hurricane Delta, and we got struck again. But the team BJAC, and not only BJAC, I really like. Some of you have heard about JRTC. We get that bad report. Oh, who you got mad, so they send you over there. I think it's a great place. I believe the community. We're awesome leadership. Right now, we're under Brigadier General Doyle, Command Sergeant Major Henry, and before it was Major General Frank and Sergeant Major Bass. And we were taking care. I never lacked anything in this facility, in this installation. So we were good. Happy to be here.
Awesome. And so when, as far as what your team does to support, what does a day in the life look like for you, Sergeant Major?
Day in the life, in the morning, first thing we do, PT. BRT. That's we get after, you know. And then for us, know that it's not like a regular unit that we can do PT all together. We meet at the field, salute. We got different schedules, so we our hospital doesn't stop. We're open 365 days of the year, so we got different shift people that work shift work. Clinics that need to be open, so soldiers are doing PT as early as at 4:30, 05. You will see them running here. We got a beautiful golf course here at JRTC, so you'll see them running the golf course or the different fitness facilities. But we got one is open 24 hours, so it's very accessible for the soldiers to get after PRT. I'm very proud to say that out of 200 military, I don't got no PT failures.
Boom.
So
Nice.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
My soldiers, I'm very proud of my soldiers. I mean, I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to serve, be this battalion sergeant major for BJAC. Same thing. We don't have no PT failure, and that's soldiers, NCOs, and officers. People get after. We just conducted our first diagnostic ACFT, Army Combat Fitness Test, and our passing rate was about 79.4%. And
Wow.
the problem was technique, like the medicine ball throw, but everybody else. So I'm confident that we're going to get after. My highest score was a 558, a young trooper. I'm still trying to keep up with the young ones. I mean, I'm in the 500s, but my goal is to be 570 or 580. But but we in the team with the hospital, we support the Joint Readiness Training Center. So if we in rotation, each rotation when a brigade combat team comes down to Fort Polk, it's about 4,000 to 5,000 soldiers on the box. And then you guys, your supporting cast is about close to 2,000. So 7,000 people at the same time at the box. And then you got your personnel assigned to Fort Polk is over 8,000 and their family members.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty complex that we provide the health care for the entire installation. And when they're on the box, they get put to the crucible of the Joint Readiness Training Center. Very hard, 14 days of warfighter and soldiers. Nothing major injuries we had since I've been here almost 2 years. But soldiers get injured, but they're very taken care. So I really, really love this installation. It's different from JMRC Europe and Germany, as well as NTC. Those are platforms for training like us. However, at JRTC, we got units that are deployed. So we got units deployed.
Yeah.
We just got the 310. They were supporting the southwest border. They're getting after training, and they might be deployed next year. We got a hospital center that are deployed right now. They should be coming back in February. So it's nonstop. We got the engineers. We got a medevac. So we're happy. A day in the life at Fort Polk is busy, but it's good. I like it. It goes fast.
Yeah. Hey, Sergeant Major. So you brought up the Army Combat Fitness Test. You know, there was a little bit of a pushback. Obviously, whenever there's change in the military, there's people that are going to have legacy thinking and not like change. But also, you know, we've heard rumblings out of key members of Congress about trying to suspend the implementation of the Army Combat Fitness Test. As a senior enlisted leader in the Army, tell me your opinion about the ACFT. And, you know, you talked about, 79% pass rate, which is, awesome. Is this the way to go for our Army here to get a more robust test like this? What's your opinion on that?
My opinion for the ACFT, I like it. It gives you a better measure of fitness and readiness on the individual soldier. My philosophy and the APFT, it really, really doesn't give you an assessment. This one, I feel it for a couple of days after I'm finished, but it gives me a better where I am on my physical fitness level. Then comparing APFT to, so when at the pass, I had some APFT failures. They did the ACFT. They passed the ACFT, but they didn't pass the APFT. So I was like, how come is that? And they got good scores. So I know the logistical piece might be a little bit challenging, but the more you do it, the better you will get. Like I say, we did it for a week. We did it for a week, Monday to Friday. I have all my NCOs rotate, so everybody has a understanding. This is how you conduct it, and not only for the person being tested. We as NCOs making sure we're grading to standard. We're there to make sure to make people successful. So we had about 12 iterations to include a Saturday morning. Like on the hospital, we work 24/7, so there's no clinic on Saturday. And we had some people, they wanted to come on a Saturday, so it was a great event. I like it, but at the end of the day, I'm just a soldier, and I will follow the orders from higher. Say, we do an APFT, I'm ready to do APFT, whichever way. But I believe I do like it. It's safe. I don't see, now, if you had never deadlift, don't go try to do 340 because you're going to hurt your back. But we have been fielding the equipment, and it just take practice. So my TTP and my organization, like, they're doing their ACFT 23 December before they go on Christmas. Because we're going to do it on a monthly basis. We're going to get on that mindset to make sure twice a year, April and October, and then catch up everybody else. And I mean, I think it's great. I think we're heading in the right direction. A lot of effort has been put into the ACFT.
Yeah.
There was one that it was the soldier readiness test. That one was pretty challenging. I got a chance to do it while I was a 7ID. I was the chief medical NCO, and we set up a lane for 1-2 has the lead, and the division commander said, all the staff members, we're doing it, and that was a whooping. So I like the ACFT, and we can get after it. I mean, at the end of the day, we're soldiers, and we always going to make it happen. That's my belief, and we just follow the orders. We got the equipment. We just have to practice, and there are plenty of opportunities. You got master fitness trainers. We got the credentialing program that they got, the tactical strength and conditioning coach facilitators. The Army will pay for those certifications for you. Like, I'm going to try to take that certification myself, because wherever I go next, I want my soldiers to be successful. This test has been introduced as a basic training, and the soldiers are making it. Yeah. So my opinion is like, they're the future, not us.
Absolutely.
We have to keep up with them. We have to keep up with them. But I do believe it's doable. It's doable. You have to practice. So, I mean, we just have to adapt to the environment. The same way you fight in Iraq, it's not the same way you fight in Afghanistan.
That's right.
Two different operational environments. You just have to adjust and execute.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know, Sergeant Major, you're talking about that they're at in Fort Polk. It's different than these other platforms, training platforms. You said, no, when you came in, was it a culture thing that as far as the atmosphere that you were able to plug into, and when you came in, what influence did you see that kind of you could put your, you know, the Sergeant Major Poutou stamp on without you know, changing what was working too much?
No, I mean, when I came in, I would say that for me, that I've served for 24 years, I've had the opportunity to work in different TDA and MTO units. So out of 24 years, I have done 16 years on Fort Hood. So, and I was assigned to our Area Support Medical Battalion. I was assigned to a combat support hospital, a headquarters. I work at the hospital, a medical center. I got that experience. I was on trade as a drill sergeant. Then when I graduated the Sergeant Major's Academy, I was part of the chief medical NCO as a division staff, and now working at the hospital. So for me, I was able to adjust. I had that experience to know how to adjust. Okay, got it. When I got selected for the position was almost a year out, and lucky me, the Sergeant Major that was sitting on the seat, we were drill sergeants together. So he made me part of the organization right away, sending me the battle rhythm to learn it. But the most important thing is getting to know your soldiers, your officers, and your NCOs, because they're the ones that do the work, not me. I'm there to support them. If I support them to make sure their needs are met, they're gonna do the job. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's not rocket science. I mean, if they're taking care, hey, I got. It's not like, oh, we gotta dig a hole. My soldiers will be, all right, no problem. How deep? It's just not like, oh, my back hurts and things like that. It's creating that environment. I'm not creating a Disney World. I mean, everybody's happy that, but I'm pretty sure we got some challenges, but creating an environment of dignity and respect. And we, at the hospital, we work with civilian personnel, and a lot of them are ex-military. So they bring that experience as well. So we all work together as a team. My commander, I mean, we don't call our people staff. We call them team. We are a team. We cannot do it by ourselves. And I don't know who, I'm not making credit of this, but the word team, T-E-A-M, is together, everybody achieves more. We have to work together. That's how we have pulled through this pandemic. That's how we pull with these 2 hurricanes and able to support our families on this installation, and as well as our soldiers.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Sergeant Major, I mean, you're spot on, you know. As leaders, leading by example is not an option. It is the way we have to do business. And then treating everyone with dignity and respect and true care and everything. So, you know, the Army being such a great institution, you know, as you mentioned, you know, I mean, you have challenges sometimes, you know, and it's not a perfect institution. And certainly the men and women that serve aren't perfect. You know, we have challenges. we saw some things, and I'm sure you've seen the Fort Hood Independent Review, you know, and this, you know, I'm not here to do an indictment on Fort Hood. I'm here to, how does the Army get better and everything? So what were some of your key takeaways that from the Fort Hood Independent Review that either you all there at Fort Polk and at 𝗣𝗍𝗃 are getting after now, or some things that you've learned that you can implement as we move forward to be more inclusive and to continue to get more after this dignity and respect stuff?
Well, I'm making my way through reading the independent study. It's a little bit hard.
Yeah, it's like 158 pages, you know.
No, but because of the big, but it's something that we need to know to the detail. But
Yeah.
It's making sure the little things that, I mean, we all know when we take an organization, the things that we're responsible. And there's certain things that you will assume risk. I mean, but I don't think that we as NCOs, we own that one. We own that one. And even just to quote the SMA, enforcing standards, his words like this independent study was disappointment, failure, and rage. And rage for the fact that it's personal. I mean, that is somebody's son and daughter. I got a son, 27 years old, and I got 2 daughters. And I would like somebody will take care of them. So just enforcing standards, the This Is My Squad initiative, I even take it further. It's like taking care of our own. Like, I know in some organizations it's challenging, but at least for me, I make the very best effort to make sure I know all my soldiers. I know we got newcomers. We sit down, we talk about policies and things like that, and that's good. But I make the effort for them to sit down in my office and I get to know them at the personal level. Hey, how you doing? How's your family? Where you coming from? Hey, I see you got education. So something that I can connect with them and make sure that open that line of communication with them. Hey, somebody, how you doing? I make an effort, like when I get off from work, to go to the staff duty and, hey, how you doing? How's everything? Hey, you're planning to release, to be part of them. So if they got an issue, they don't feel like, oh, that's Command Sergeant Major. I'm just a soldier like them. I just been in the Army a little longer. I lost kind of all my hair after 24 years. But I'm held to the same standards or even higher, because, I mean, I cannot afford to have a bad day. I'm human, but I'm not perfect. But I strive for excellence every single day on what I do. For the chart, my command is leader-led. So whenever there's a class, my commander and myself, we're present. We set the stage and speak about it, and putting those checks and balances to make sure EO, and then if you hear something, you have to take action. Yep. I mean, my commander has given me the leeway, and I serve for a great commander, Colonel Jody Duguay. I will say that hands down, best boss I ever had. Because I mean, and I work for her any day. I mean, she's very engaged and looking out for the organization. It's not about, oh, there's no agenda. The agenda is doing what we're supposed to be doing, taking care of patients, developing readiness, and helping our soldiers, and develop our team members. So when they leave Fort Polk or 𝗣𝗍𝗃, they're ready for the next assignment. I don't want to hear the statement they say, oh, that's a soldier that came from the hospital. You cannot tell the difference. That's a soldier that's able to deploy, work at the hospital, or work in the deployment environment. That's what I like to build. Yeah.
You know, Sergeant Major, as you're talking about getting after it, it sounds like, it's great to have that communication and with your soldiers and really understanding them, which gets to, the mental and emotional side of things, and that creating that resiliency within the organization. What are some of the, I mean, obviously every unit has its challenges. I know that, you getting to 24 years, you've probably seen some things and experienced some things in to this point, but what is your philosophy now, and what are you doing for the troops to help foster that, mental, because you got the physical part down, sounds like, but that the mental and emotional toughness as well?
I will say having the open lines of communications. Hey, how you doing? What was going to be the next? Hey, are you, especially now that we're on the holidays? Hey, what's your plan for the holidays? Are you planning to go home? How's the family? When was the last time you were visiting family? when was the last time that you took a knee? Like, hey, you know, and I mean, for me, it's a little bit easier because I'm not as big. Like, I can imagine. But even when I was at 𝗟𝗲𝗃𝗍𝗃, my company was 400 plus.
Yeah.
It was challenging, but 200 were enlisted. But sometimes I make the effort. I go through one door and I exit the other door, visit departments. How you doing? Da, 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 da. So you just have to be creative. You have to know your soldiers, like especially, and even our seniors. Sometimes we're guilty. We just focus on the soldiers and we forget about our seniors. I'm just another person. I am another soldier, to include our officers and things like that. Hey, sir. Hey, man. How you doing? Is everything okay? Anything I can help you? And getting to know them every day on my squad is all my deputy lanes, to include my commander, even the executive assistant, the secretaries that work in the shop. Like, hey, is everything okay? I mean, it's kind of like a family. I like to envision that and promote that. And we don't have to like each other, but we got to respect each other and we got to work together. Because at the end of the day, the Army, the mission is going to happen. I mean, there's no honorable mention. Like, I see athletes and they're great, but sometimes they can have a bad game. That's okay. We as soldiers, we cannot afford to have a bad day. Yeah. Especially in combat, because that means lives are jeopardized. Yeah. So our CSA, winning matters. Yes, it does. To give our very best effort in everything that we do. Perfection, nobody's perfect. But if we seek perfection, we can see excellence. You will get better in what you do.
Yeah. Hey, Sergeant Major. So I just wanted to add on a question to what Ron was talking about there. So, you know, for 38 years that I served, certainly throughout, you know, the post 9/11 era, you know, there was this huge stigma about soldiers seeking behavioral health. But more importantly, as you just described, leaders feeling that if they did seek help, that it would potentially damage their career. You know, this stigma we talk about seeking help, and then a stigma about supporting those that seek help. How are you all getting after it down there? And what direction do we need to go to eliminate this stigma and to encourage people that it's okay to go see behavioral health?
I mean, it's totally right. I go back to my statement that we're humans, and maybe what doesn't affect me does affect you. Yeah. And we cannot say that everything related to PTSD or things like that is only related to combat. There's some upbringing and things that bring to the past that can be. I respect anybody or any soldier that, hey, are you doing okay? Good. I'd rather see my soldiers, hey, go get the help that you need. Who we are to judge somebody. We're not. As a matter of fact, we should be supporting them. I mean, it's like the term when they talk about a soldier has a profile, oh, he's broke. No, he's not broke. I mean, because that person chose to wear this uniform. That person is part of that 1% that chose to wear this uniform every day. And that's just on the Army, across the armed forces. Yeah. It's people that, there was a campaign video, I became a soldier for the Army. And it's like about 124, 127. And I really like to watch that video constantly to remind me what I do. I didn't join for the signature shoe or for, you know, the acolytes and the red carpet and the pictures or anything like that. It's important work to do. And we got, across the armed forces, we got people that are very intelligent, professionals, and they get after taking care of soldiers. So we got a robust behavioral health here for Polk. We got some challenges, but we on the great leadership, and we got the system that we need. I mean, it's not perfect, but there's nobody that will be judged because they're seeking help for mental health. As a matter of fact, I applaud them. I mean, and I like to have soldiers. I like to have soldiers. I have soldiers that have come to me that they got an issue. I'm like, hey, let's get you some help. I need you to, you know, I need you in the fight, but I need you to be well rested, ready to go and address your situation. So when we go, everything's taken care of.
Yeah, so, right.
That's the type of the team that environment we have to create as leaders. Instead of judging and we can jump, blah, 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 you're weak. Or no, is everything okay? Everything good at home? All right, let's address the other stuff, but let's address the more important. How you doing? Is everything okay? If there's anything that I can help you. Every single soldier that I meet, sometimes, I got a government phone, but I like to give him my personal number because if you need me, call me. I tell them every single time, it don't matter what time you call my personal number. I'm there for you. As long as there's no UFC fights. No, it's a kid. I still answer. No. I mean, they need to know that there's somebody there to help you out, and not someone that's going to judge you or anything like that. I was not raised on that upbringing. I'm not saying I didn't face or saw that type of things. Maybe I saw it, maybe not. But I'm more focused on looking on the good things the soldiers do. Focus more on the good than the bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we all make mistakes, but what are you strong? Okay, you good with that? You good with this? I just recently ran the best medic competition last week, and it was an excellent event. It was great. I was so happy. I have participated in other events, and I don't have nothing to envy to the Metcon competition. They're good, don't get me wrong. But for me, at this level, with the research that I got, it was a team effort from BJAC and across installation to all the units, the sergeant majors, and the leadership supporting us. I have medevac. It was a great experience. So I'm very happy. It's just building those relationships. How can we help out each other? How can we make it better for our soldiers and our families?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, as you continue to talk about, continuing to help them, soldiers and being there for them, what does that look like as far as at a transition standpoint? What are y'all doing to help get after in that level of preparedness and support, so that they still feel part of the team and taken care of, but that they can be confident that they're walking into their civilian journey prepared?
We got like other installation, the SFL-TAP program, and we're very supportive of that program, making sure we do have the DoD skill bridge so they can get some certifications. So we plan making sure we allow the time. Right now, I'm glad that SEAC is coming down here, because right now, next year, I'm facing a lot of my seniors will be transitioning out the military, and I want to make sure I support them. But I had a sergeant major a while ago, and we don't believe on ROW, and ROW means retirement and active duty. No, I know you need to take care of some stuff. Don't get me wrong, but sit down. What is your plan? All right, I got my orders. This is my final day. These are my leave days. All right, let's go the backwards planning. So what are you planning to do? Make sure you do your medical. Make sure you want to take any certification, your resumes, LinkedIn. I would say that I've been a fan from afar. I only met Sergeant Major Troxel once when I was in Class 66. He came down to give a speech, but I had never met him in person. But I will now this week. But able to support our soldiers. They have served our country honorably for the past 20 plus years. And regardless of 20 plus years, if they make a decision that the Army is not for me anymore, I'm still going to support you to help you out transition out. They earned that right. And it's not like I'm going to work until, hey, you ETS right, I'm going to work until Thursday night, midnight. No, I'm not about that. Now, there's some challenges, things that we got to do, but I believe we have to allow our soldiers transition and support them as they, I eventually I'm going to transition out of the uniform, and I'm going to lie that sometimes I get a little bit scared. Yes, I got my experience, I got my education, but I still have a love to wear this uniform every single day. I get goosebumps to wear my uniform every day. I still like to I cannot see myself doing something else. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to be, that transition. I did 38 years, so I know I'm not going to do 30. I know as a sergeant major, after 30, you have to get permission from the SMA to work longer. But this is what I love. I still feel healthy. I believe I can still be value added to an organization to develop the next soldiers, the next future. I don't want, if they believe I'm the standard organization, okay, good. I need you to be above the standard. I need you to be better than me, because I'm not someone special. I'm just someone that is talented. I'm persistent. I'm going to get it until I get it. I don't know how many times it will take me, but I will get after it until I can prove and help out. But mainly, it's not only that, but taking care of soldiers. I think I got a passion for that. So things that as I maybe eventually one day I say it's time for me to go. Veterans Affairs, helping soldiers, veterans. I do like Homeland Security. I still would like to be attached to the Department of Defense. I love this organization, and I still want to be part of that. So I'm at 24. I'm still healthy, so I think I got a couple more years on my belt. So we'll see what happens. I'll go with the Army. They need me, but I'll be ready.
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
be
things,
prepared, not scared.
yeah, one of the things that I, as the SEAC, that I used to go round and round with Dan Daly about when he was the sergeant major of the Army, and he was my next door neighbor on Fort Myers, so I had plenty of time to, bicker back and forth with him. So if you're a command sergeant major and you're coming down to the end of your tour, and if you don't get another job, especially at the nominative world, then you have to retire at PCORD, primary change of responsibility date, plus 90 days. But as we all know, in order to get benefits delivered at discharge, you got to start 6 months out and working through the VA process. So for a command sergeant major, for 3 months that they're trying to go through the VA process, they're also still trying to be a command sergeant major, as you kind of described, And I thought, hey, let's stop, saying, as you mentioned, that people are retired on active duty because we give them a few months to, do the things they need to do so that when they do hit that retirement date or that ETS date, they are best prepared. They've still got purpose. That purpose will, spill over into post-military employment and things like that. I just think we got to continue to push this. I've seen the initiatives that, the Chief of Staff of the Army, General McConville, and Grinston have now, and I'm very impressed with it. But you're exactly right. We focus on the troops and everything, but we can't forget to focus on the leaders as well as we move forward.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Hey, so all right, I'm coming down this week, and everywhere I go, Ron's been with me on plenty of these trips. Everywhere I go for PT, the leader says, "Hey, come on out and do PT with us. It's a good time." But in reality, it's a smoke the SEAC session, and that's what we're here for. So kind of give me an idea of what we're going through here. You got 0 PT failures. You got a 79% passing rate of the ACFT, and you're inviting this 56-year-old retired grandfather out to do PT. Thankfully, you're a medical unit, so if anything happens bad to me, I'm sure you guys will be able to take care of me. But what am I in store for, Sergeant Major?
We will have an AED present on the location, Sergeant Major. But the headquarters has a box, a gene in the box that we're trying to track down. I just want to make sure what we got over there. But if not, I did send you the link. This past October, I had all my senior leadership on the ground, and it came like from the Meccan Sergeant Major to the Regional Health Command Center. So we put an event for PT, and it was great. I mean, I didn't even realize they were going to do a video, but we have fun. It was a workout. We sweat, but it was different functional fitness exercise from the PRT manual, H2F holistic health force approach. So we got a new turf. So we're ready. No, we're not there to kill you, but you motivate us. You motivate me when I see you either running or PME. I mean, that's motivation for me. I was like, hey, he getting after. So I'm really excited. That's what really kind of like, oh, wow, the SEAC. I mean, I'm a little bit scared to reach out to you. Hey, Sergeant Major, I know you're busy, but would you mind? Because I do believe the main intent for you come down over here, someone that has served at the highest level for 38 years, lots of experience. I mean, I can name, I'm honored. And by the way, I did an institute induction at Fort Hood, and I got Command Sergeant Major Gainey. He was my guest speaker. So I was like, all right, let's see if I find lucky, I get the Sergeant Major Truxell eventually. But
hey, we got to work on getting your homeboy now, SEAC 4. CZ Colon Lopez, got to get. He might be in the Air Force, but hey, he's from San Juan, Puerto Rico too, man. So hey, you have to get him down there. I'm going to get him on the phone, and tell him, hey, you need to get your ass to Fort Polk, man.
No, but we're very excited, Sergeant Major. You're taking the time and able, you had a quote that really, it had to be in one of those places when you speak to the different people, but it was about be the difference by being the enlisted leader who leads by the attitude of you can load this whole organization on my back and I will carry to the objective, employ it and fight and win. That statement resonates with me as my style of leadership. When I read it, I was like, wow, I really like this. We as NCOs, we own it. I don't care. Yeah, it's good. It's right. Got it. It's on my watch. When he says OIC or NCOIC, the IC stand in charge. You own that one. Fix it. And you don't have to fix it by yourself. Just surround yourself with leaders. I'm not successful because I do magic. I'll bring my senior NCOs. Hey, this is the task. You need help, da, 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 da. All right, but at the end of the day, commander's guidance, commander's intent, this is what we want to execute.
Awesome.
And long as legal, morally, and ethical. Nothing, no bully or anything like that. And it's been, I mean, it's been successful. I mean, that's the right type of leadership to get after and making sure our sons or daughters are taken care. It's not about, oh, he's going to be better. No, let them be. It's just leadership 101, caring for people and another. I mean, it's very heartbreaking, like the incident of Fort Hood, but I mean, I'm not going to say it happened. I mean, it's not pointing fingers, just, oh, we need to address this. And not just that. It's the whole things that we are responsible and the skin of responsibility as a leader. It's a lot, but we have to prioritize, but every single one needs to be checked and make sure you got checks and balances in place. But as soon as you know anything that it get told to you, you have to write, at least for me, if I hear something, I'll talk to my commander, man, da, 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 da. So we all be in the same page.
Awesome. So Ron, you think we ought to hit the Sergeant Major with some rapid fire here?
I think so.
Close this thing out. All right, Sergeant Major. So you're a career medical guy. All right, 68 golf, but still a career medical guy. I got to ask you. So if on the PT field on Friday, if I need a nasal pharyngeal airway, can you hook me up?
Sergeant Major, I got talented people. You can have everything. I got, you name it.
I'm not that I'm looking to get one, you know. Sometimes, you know, I think
I got high-speed soldiers that you'll be impressed. Like sometimes I walk to the hospital and the only soldier working at the radiology department is an E4, and they're running the department. I got an E4 that is an LPN taking care of patients. I mean, you name it. Just you got your 68 whiskey working at the ER, assisting the nurse or the doctor for when we got traumas and things like that. So it's just mind blowing. Right now, our lab tech doing the COVID testing. You got E4s running that stuff, the different machines reporting to higher headquarters and things like that. So it amazed me, the quality of the soldiers that we got. And I can speak, I'm medical, so I can speak for the medical, but you got the other war fighters out there. You know, you got your Geronimo, you got your Patriots, you got your engineers, your sappers. So it's a team effort. It's like, you know, the Army is what we all play for the same team, but we all collectively together, we provide the strongest force across the world. That's why we the envy across the world. I'm happy to be part of that.
Yeah.
All right, Sergeant Major. So, you know, you're there in good old Fort Polk, Louisiana, which you know, across, you know, at least the Army is known. Some people shiver and shudder. But if you could do your best commercial on selling someone to Fort Polk, Louisiana, what does that look like? Go.
Best selling that I can say is that if you want to be a better soldier and have the opportunities to excel, you want to come down here, because this is the place to be, to get after readiness, training, and be a better soldier. I mean, this is a great place. It's different. A lot of people got the experience being on the box. This is more than just the box. And the box is what? It's the reason why it's like that. It's hard over there. So when you go to combat, you'll be like, oh, this is okay. I mean, I'd rather be like that. I'd rather have my mishap or failures over here and not downrange. But Fort Polk, I mean, great people, a great community. I mean, we're here for a time being, and a lot of people stay here for the longest. So, I mean, now Fort Polk is part of the Quality of Life Initiative. You got 3 locations that have been selected: Fort Ewing, California, Alaska, and Fort Polk. So there's some initiatives to better housing and better things on the installation. So, I mean, it's good. I mean, some people say we only 23 miles from the borderline with Texas. That's what we are.
I was going to say, what the hell is there to do outside the box?
So, no, I mean, you got Alexandria, you got Lake Charles, you got different locations. True, we have been hard because of the pandemic, and we were limited to the places that we can go. But I'm glad that our senior leaders did that to keep us safe. Yeah. I mean, they kept us safe. I mean, it's not about, I want to restrain you to another location. So, I mean, we have been relatively safe here on this installation, even through the pandemic and assisting other people. So, I mean, the Army is great. I mean, Fort Polk, yeah, we heard the stories, but it's not what people say over there. It is a great location, great people. You learn a lot, and you will leave a better leader when you come to this this installation. When you depart, you'll be a better leader.
All right, quick part to that last one. Where's the best place to go suck some heads and drink some beers there?
I don't know, because I'm not a drinker. Actually, we got the Forge. It's a new location that has been built of part of the quality life, and it's very nice. So it's a place, a safe that you can go have your drinks, and you'll be safe here at Fort Polk. So you don't have to go out there outside the gate.
Oh, that's
you don't
great,
know, you might find yourself. So like I say, they're trying to build this location to make it a better place, a duty station of choice. I mean, how can we make it better? It's good. I mean, it's a small community. Very, like I said, we got our golf course. That's normally what I run in the mornings. You know, I've been doing it for 2 years, but I haven't been able to do those hills. They'll always kick my tail. But it's just very steep, but it's a beautiful place. Great people. And I mean, we make the place with the people that surround ourselves. So people that are there to help out each other, especially in the times of need. We saw it about with these hurricanes. I mean, even the installation, walking to the neighbor, hey, do you have ice? Do you need power? Hey, I got a generator. Let me throw you a line so you need to make sure your family connecting. Even the installation for the housing, having AC units donated to the families until everything can be fixed. So, I mean, it's never going to be perfect. No place is perfect, but still they get after to take care of the needs of the people that lives on this installation. And so, I mean, awesome. I'm happy to be part of that.
Well, hey, Sergeant Major, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I am super pumped up to come down to Fort Polk this week and spend time with you and all of the great soldiers and family members and folks there and your civilians and everything. I'm excited, and thanks for the opportunity, and thanks for inviting me. That's what I tell people. You know, they say, what do we got to do to get you to come visit? I said, just do like Sergeant Major Poutou. Send me an email and say, hey, would you mind coming down? You know, we'll figure it out, because it's another opportunity to support, as Ron and I talk about, support our active duty force, but also somewhere in that audience that you're going to have me in front of, there's people that are going to be thinking about transition or going through transition. Yeah. And some of the information we provide could help them. We're here to help you re-enlist troops, Sergeant Major. So
that's right.
You know, we're not here to try to get them out. We're here to try and keep them in, but we want them to be informed. Right. So thanks.
Absolutely.
But one thing I had to admit from our soldiers with working with career counselor, a lot of our soldiers, they're not in a hurry to depart. Like, I'm good at BJAP, but they're just waiting for that location for their families or for their next career. So I think that's a good sign of a good environment for us, and healthy environment. But Sia, I appreciate it. You making the time, especially through the holidays about to hit Christmas, and you coming down. It means a lot to us. Even from the Command Sergeant Henry, our Post Sergeant Major, we're very excited to have you. Hopefully down the road, I get to see you again, and wherever I go next, I'll make sure I'm reaching out to you, and Mr. Farrell can join us at that time. So
absolutely,
sure
absolutely,
the whole team. So this is not just a one-time deal. I like to utilize your wisdom and your experience to showcase to the soldier, because, like I say, they're the ones that they're the future. I mean, even though you're still giving back to the soldiers, same thing with Mr. Farrell serving the military, still giving to our soldiers. That's what we need. It's kind of like a brotherhood, making sure we take care of our veterans, especially as they transition. And I mean, they're very, very quality. But sometimes you know what you know, and making sure we giving the proper guidance as they transition out.
Right. Well, Sergeant Major, with that, thank you so much. I mean, we have, you know, as usual, you've seen we have some amazing guests, but man, you got it going on out there. You can see a bright future for you. I mean, you got me fired up as well. You know, it's like, man, I don't know anything about the healthcare side of it, but man, I'd jump in a foxhole with you or a ward anyway. But thanks so much, and for what you do day in and day out. And thank you all out there for joining us for another week of the Ron and John Show. And we will catch you next week for another special guest. Have a great one. Catch you on the flip side.
Boom!
Ooh, thank you.
The Ron and John Show is brought to you by Veterans Lending Group, where we can assist you with all your home buying and refinance needs. Since we're licensed in all 50 states, we can ETS, PCS, or retire wherever you go. Check out our education classes at VAHomeloanBootCamp.com for our free classes, and you can also visit our website at VeteransLendingGroup.com. Make sure to follow The Ron and John Show on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hey, folks, we hope you enjoyed our guest this week.
Thanks for tuning into The Ron and John Show, and we'll see you next week.
Woo!